As we act boldly and swiftly to shore up our financial system and revitalize our economy, we must also make sure that the underpinnings of that economy are sound. These are the tasks of the Commerce Department, and I believe that Judd Gregg is the right person to help guide the department towards these goals.
We're talking about a deficit in the trillion-dollar range for as far as the eye can see. We're talking about deficits which are 4 to 5% of GDP, which is not sustainable under any form of government.
When the book is written about Judd Gregg, it will tell the story of a man with his own proud record of service on behalf of the American people. As a businessman, attorney, state executive counselor, congressman, governor in his own right, and now as a senator, he's seen from all angles what makes our economy work for communities, businesses, and families, and what keeps it from working better. As former chairman of the Senate Budget Committee and Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, Judd's been involved in nearly every facet of public policy. And as Commerce Subcommittee Chair on the Senate Appropriations Committee, he's already quite familiar with the department I've chosen him to lead.
We're talking about a public debt. This is the debt that people own of the federal government that will be around 80% of GDP. Historically, it's been around 40% of GDP in the out years.
He shares my deep-seated commitment to guaranteeing that our children inherit a future they can afford.
The way I've described it is as if you were flying an airplane and the gas light came on, said you got 15 minutes of gas left, and the pilot said, we're not going to worry about that, we're going to fly for another 2 hours. Well, the plane crashes, and our country will crash, and we'll pass on to our kids a country that's not affordable.
Now, clearly, Judd and I don't agree on every issue.
People will not buy our debt, our dollar will become devalued. It is a very severe situation. And I find it almost unconscionable that this administration is essentially saying, well, we're just going to blithely go along on this course of action after they're getting these numbers which show that they're not sustainable.
I can think of no finer steward for our nation's commerce.
The practical implications of this is bankruptcy for the United States. There's no other way around it. If we maintain the proposals which are in this budget over the 10-year period that this budget covers, this country will go bankrupt.